Hello everyone, welcome to What If Deku had a skeleton quirk. So, where we left off is that they're on a rooftop. A lot of you probably thought it was going to be a character I keep on using, but no, surprisingly no. Even though it looks like it'd be the perfect ship, but no, sadly. Yes, same resemblance to Blood, but no, sadly. Because I want this to be more on a different scenario, you would say. What do I mean by different scenario? Well, first of all, the person's not blonde who goes up the ladder and kind of, catches the eye of Izuku, pulling his axe out, so yeah. What actually happens is that, Uraraka comes up. Oh hi, I'm from Love. You've been chosen to join us. Join who? Join who exactly? I don't follow anyone. Well, that's way wrong. That's Kodagiri shows up in Shigaraki. You've been invited. Join us or perish. As Dobby. Well, isn't that straightforward? Huh. I mean, I have nothing to lose. What do I gain from this exactly? Resources. Things that other people do not have. You want it, we can give it to you. I'm in. As you know, Deku's still pending. Well, it's tempting, really, but, I'll stay around for a bit. I'll leave at some point. Of course, Dobby doesn't always have to look after me, so eventually I do have to go on my own. So let this be, how do you say, the only times I'm being with you, Dobby. I'm getting too old for you to take care of me anymore. I think it's time for me to become my own person. But yes, I'll join you for now, until I see it's unnecessary. Oh, brilliant. Master Shigaraki, should I tell Master? Yes, Kuragiri. Brilliant. Now follow us. Sure. As they both follow Shigaraki into the bar. As that is also when that is also when Toga appears. And if you're wondering, I'm changing up the bar scene where they attack each other. Actually, scratch that. No, it'd be Uraraka, wouldn't it? Yeah. Not Toga, sorry. It'll be Uraraka. Why do I choose Uraraka? Easy. She looks like Frisk. Or Chara. Just a lot more cinnamon-like, you can say. So, what do you want me to do? Because I'm not waiting for anyone anymore. Calm down, boy. You can be one of my spies for UA. Urok over here is my second. I see. She doesn't look useful. Oh, I can be useful, or I can float you to the sun. Try it. As he pulls out his giant axe. Try it. I can cut you up into little pieces before you can even move a finger. What did I say about cutting people up? Or I told you not to cut people up. Fine. For now. Straight to the point, I see, huh? You can be a useful spy. I'll be going now. I'll be going now. From where? I already know where the place is at. All I need to do is make it to the entrance exam that stands here today. I told you. I may act dumb, but I'm really smart in some occasions. Now I'll be leaving. And if you want to make your spy go to the entrance exam as well, I prefer them to follow me. As Uraka and Horror Sands practically go to the entrance exam, no one trips. Well, technically, I guess Uraka will trip. She felt uneasy alone with Deku because, you know, the speed. This man got that speed. And stamina for days. Since he's a skeleton, he got like infinite stamina, my guy. My G, he got like infinite stamina. So he's a skeleton. He has no lungs. Like, he has infinite stamina. If you tell me otherwise, it's like, bro, it's literally like, it's practically him being immortal there. Quirk canceling don't work on him. Because it's a mutation, not technically. Would it be a mutation? Or a demutation, technically? I mean, it can be shut off. So, I mean, if someone looks at him, like Aizawa, he can't just, drop to the floor and dead. No. Like, bruh, the quirk's unique. It's a skeleton quirk. It specifically says what it is. He has infinite stamina, Bradley. Doesn't follow, like, he has superhuman strength due to not being held back by, flipping gravity a lot. Because, I mean, he has no bones or muscles, so he can just, like, faster than a normal human being. I guess super speed. But, like, yeah, he has infinite stamina, super speed, super strength, and that's about all. Because, I mean, he got the intelligence by, talking with Dobby, so, I mean, yeah. And that's not even old. Especially since that's not even technically his final mutation. Technically he has two, technically. But the other one only happens when he takes a certain amount of damage, though. So I'm not going to use that in, like, any parts for now. I'm going to kind of have that, like, stay right there for now. So, where do they pick you up at? Oh, that'd be easy. They picked me up at a construction site. They helped my family out, so for return, I have to help them out. Yeah. Family. Who needs family at this time? Never had one. It's useless for me. I don't care for family. Oh, do you now? What do you see Dobby as then? I see him more as a best friend, you would say. The only person I need to trust in this world. I wasn't always like this, but that's all you're getting at from me if you want any information. I know you're trying to analyze my abilities. You know the basics, but all the others, I'm hiding them. There's no point on showing my entire armory, of course. That's stupid. Especially in a game of chess, you just show all your strategies up right. I hide mine behind a mask. As you know, they're walking as Uraka trips. So clumsy. As you know, Deku's holding her by her jacket. You're so clumsy, you know that. Come on, get up. Thank you. Don't mention it. It's a favor. And of course, until I can find another place besides the bar. I don't like rain. Or do I? I forget sometimes. Who knows? Half of the time I don't even know what I'm trying to do. But yet, it somehow succeeds in whatever I'm trying to do. Now, focus and stop talking to me. I have to be concentrated. As you know, Bakugo sees someone. He sees Deku, but he doesn't have his skin anymore, so he would look completely different from, when he was 5. Technically, yes, but no. Why does he look familiar? Why does he look familiar? You know what, never mind. As you know, he had, he still had, a full coat of skin, but when, his dad kind of, did that thing, his skin practically fell off, so yeah. His skin was falling off, but not entirely. It was more like portions to portions. Like little portions. So, Deku still had, he still had, an entire body of skin. Kind of like Shin Godzilla, almost. Anyways. What's gonna happen now? Is that there would be the entrance exam would happen. Now, I can let loose a bit. I've been stuck in a room for who knows how long. I haven't really been training my skills lately. I've been getting a little rusty. As the entrance exam begins, as the Ida thing wouldn't happen, President Mike will say, go, go, go. And that's when the entrance exam will begin. If you're wondering, before the test, Deku got 100. Or more of the lines of at least like a 75 or like 80, 90. Between that, because he doesn't want to show his full potential, so yeah. He didn't fail it, but he kind of, minimized his score for a reason. He could have gotten 100, but no masterminds just straight up go when, just flip and show all their moves, so yeah. And now we go. Well, 1-pointers, 2-pointers, 3-pointers. I can take down a lot of 3-pointers, but with these people who have quirks, I don't know. Especially since I have my hood on, it's hard to tell. Of course, people would be terrified of me if I didn't have my hood on. As you know, he does have a hood to, hide, what he looks like. Deku attacks and runs. Here. Whew. This is fun. I wonder. Hey, Uraka. How many points do I have to get for you to not bother me? Oh, that's easy. First place. Damn fucking Quirks. That's not gonna happen. Fine. I'll just get higher than you, at least. Yeah. As he runs, chopping 0 pointers in half. I mean, what's 3 pointers? One by one, he takes them down one by one. Only aiming for like 3 pointers. He ain't playing around. He got some villain points, 0 points. He's just going for like every 3 pointer you can see. So he gets like what? He gets like 23 pointers, I guess. Yeah, about like 23 pointers. That'd be good. That'd be like 1, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, about. He got like 60, but he'll need to get more points, so. He gets like, maybe, he gets like 10 more, making it like 1, 2, 4, 6. After that, he kind of just goes on a rampage, just destroying 3 pointers, or 1 pointer, 2 pointers. Any points he can get, he's getting. So he got like what, 23 pointers. 23 pointers, 30, like, no, that wouldn't make sense. So like 23 pointers, 10, 2 pointers, and like 5 1 pointers. Yeah, he has about enough to, go into class 1A about. Yeah, just about. Also, he's not the highest score, but I mean, yeah. The only reason he got this score is because of his speed. And just pure strength to flip and cut through things. If you're wondering why he has an axe in the entrance exams, he kind of signed it in as, a portion of his quirk. Yeah. So yeah, anyways, what will happen now is he'll get like what? Like I mean he's not the strongest in the 1A, but I mean he's like the 3rd. No, not the, that's pushing it a little bit. So say he's like the 5th like strongest in the class. When it comes to physically, he's the strongest out of like the entire class. When it comes to physical strength, he's the strongest in the class. Or like at least on par with like who? And he's about like the strongest. Yeah, never mind. He's like the strongest in the class when it comes to physical. Like, not by much, but I mean he's still he's still pretty strong. Like he has he's right above. Like I'll say he's like right above Sugar Crush or whatever the dude's name was. Sugar Rush, yeah. He's like right above him when it comes to strength. He's like I guess like 10 points higher than he is. So he's pretty strong. When it comes to physical, he's the strongest in the class. When it comes to speed, he's like not the fastest, but I mean he does have super speed. So I mean he'd be like what? Ito would get like 3rd, next to like what Bakugo and Todoroki. So he'll get like, well, who's next? Let's say, for speed, I'll say, I feel like he'll get like 5th place, so either 5th place or 4th place when it comes to speed. So, Uh, yeah, I don't see anyone else, like, those are, like, the main speedsters in the class, so yeah. So I'll say, depending if Tokuyami uses Dark Shadow to kind of, speed up, then I see him being in 4th place then. I'll see Deku being in 4th place. For the grip test, Deku has 2nd. Or is either 2nd or on par. Somewhat on par with, a little bit above, but either on par or a little bit above Kirishima. Because technically, I mean, he has bones, so I mean, I'm pretty sure bones are like what? Certain bones are like hard as steel, so I mean, yeah. Rocks ain't doing nothing, this man. If depending, I mean, of course, if it's normal rocks, but I mean, if it's Kirishima, this man gonna have to take a punch for the team, so yeah. He's pretty strong. Not the strongest, like, not the best. I mean, he would be, like, when it comes to tactically, like, his stats in general, he'd be, like, not the worst, but he'd be, like, in the entire class, he'd be, like, maybe 4th to 3rd in the entire class. When it comes, like, when it comes to stats, like, like, stats that are evenly against each other, he has, like, 1st. Because, I mean, Bakugo, yes, he does have, like, speed, jump, and all that. But when it comes to physical strength, he's not that. He's normally he's normal human physique strong. So I mean, Deku has him in that. When it comes to intelligence, blows it out the park. Like when it comes to like, I guess when it comes to quirk power, I guess. He's not really stronger than him, but when it comes to, like, using his quirk properly, he's pretty good at it. And what else would happen? Jumping, Deku would get, like, what? He will get, like... I feel like he... No, Todoroki's still at 5. Like, Blanco. So I'll say he's, like, no, he got 5th this time. Like 5th for jump. Still pretty high, but I mean, it's Froppy. There's Froppy, Todoroki, Bakugo. Who else? I feel like there'll be another one in 4th place. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, he'd be in like 5th place for that. Hold up. Who would beat him in like a jumping contest for 4th place? I feel like that would be... It'd be someone with like a good like quirk in general. I mean, it would be Momo, but Momo's not smart enough to actually pull off like shoot herself out of the cannon. So I mean, Okay, so we have to. Technically, yeah. I believe Araka would beat him in 4th place. So yeah, he'll go to 5th place when it comes to jump. And for I already said stamina, so Deku has to infinite stamina. So I mean, he gets number 1. Doesn't matter who you are. This man has infinite stamina, my guy. Like he literally kept on running around, and he wasn't getting tired. The only time he gets tired is Yeah, would I uncover that conflict? No, because he technically has 2 quirks. Technically, he has the skeleton quirk, and then he also has the what was it? Not magic, but I guess he would still have bone magic. I guess. Just the normal, like, stuff. So, yeah. He would have certain things about him. So, yeah. I guess Bones would be technically. I mean, that I guess that wouldn't really count as a second quirk since he is a skeleton, so he will rise flipping bones out of nowhere. So I mean, yeah, like what was him? The dude from Naruto, the bone dude. Can't remember his name. Anyways, he's like that, so you can probably just bring bones out the ground out of nowhere. So yeah. Especially every time he eats, but every time he collects bones. I mean, you can practically add them onto his quirk practically. So yeah. And I'll say when it comes to that, he's number one because he has infinite stamina. Especially since he's not being attacked, he has more stamina. So I mean, yeah, he's a skeleton. So I mean, realistically, yeah. Yeah, that's all I'm giving him, yeah. I'm not giving him any overpowered things. So I'm just giving, skeleton quirk. Just extra parts to the skeleton quirk where, he can control bones and whatnot. Which, in certain scenarios, is pretty overpowered, if you think about it. How can a skeleton quirk be overpowered? Think about it. I'll let you think about it real quick. Every human being has them. Yeah. He practically has bone ablation. So, I mean, yeah. You know. Pretty deadly. Unless you're a sludge villain or something. You ain't, yeah. But even so, you have to have a greater will than, the person. Which, I mean, he does have a good will, but, I mean... If he keeps on using that quirk, it kind of, get too overpowered, so, I mean... I'll say not just will, but he has to be stronger than a person. Stronger, have greater will. He has to have certain things to be better than that to actually control their bones. So yeah. It also only works on the quirk. It also only works on quirked individuals. So he's practically powerless. That ability is powerless when it comes to quirkless people. So yeah. And plus, he still technically has the bones. Even without controlling them, he still has bones. So I mean, yeah, he can just shoot them out from the ground. So I mean, yeah. Yeah, he'll get 5th place in a lot of things. Aizawa would see this and see that he's very. His stats are pretty even. Yes, he might not be the best in the class, but I mean, technically he's this. I mean, he has good. I mean, technically he would, because I mean he has the best stats. Maybe not higher stats than that particular person, but he still has evenly stats, which makes him a very good person. When it comes to combat, his stats aren't one above the other. They kind of evened out. So yeah. As I would see this, final test will be, Balthadale, practically. I guess he would get, 4th, 5th in the entrance exams again. Anyways, yeah, Balthadale. Balthadale will happen. Balthadale, he would get, what? He has no limitations, so I mean, he can throw it pretty far. Especially since he has inhuman strength, I mean. Plus, he can, control bones. So, I mean, he can increase, his durability. So, I mean, durability, his durability is crap. Not gonna lie. If you hit him with, a metal bat, you will be able to kill him. But I mean, he don't have the best durability. But I mean, yeah, he makes it up for his stamina and whatnot. Also, the bone abilities does, take him stamina. So yeah, if you're asking. Yes, he has, infinite stamina, but when it comes to using, his other abilities besides, his normal sheets, practically, it does take, stamina. Yes, he still does have a lot of stamina, more than, the average person, but I mean, Anyways, besides that, the Bothro, I'd say he'll get 1,000, about 1,000. Because he did say he's, stronger than, the average, but I mean, yeah, get 1,000 still. So you just have that, no limitations, all out, no limitations. Yes, that 800% of that is his 800% of that, or technically, yeah, practically, yeah, 800% of that is his physical strength, and the other technically 200% would be from his add-ons for his quirk, for his bones, kind of using other bones he collected over the time to kind of increase his strength. So yeah, which will give him 1,000. So yeah. And that would be, Urrak would see this. He has decent stats. I mean, of course he's not going all out, but I mean, those are basically his stats, even if, it's not his true stats. So, I mean, yeah. And so, what will happen next? I believe after that there will be the USJ, I believe. Oh, hold up, no, not that. I forgot the heroes versus villains. Yeah, forgot about that. I keep on forgetting that in my what ifs for some reason, but anyways. Yeah. The heroes versus villains. It will be the same technically, because I mean, who would be chosen for one for all would be, I'll say it would either be, I guess, would it really care? Would it really matter actually? Who does and who doesn't? I mean, when it comes to all around stats, they're still gonna be below Deku, even with the quirk. Because I mean, if they use the enhancement quirk, because I mean his physical strength is 800, so I mean, pretty much that's without using his quirk. So I mean, yeah, if he decided go all out, he can practically turn into like a skeleton golem. So I mean, yeah. That will probably make it like 3,000 or something, like some crazy number. So yeah, yeah, he could practically make he has like his I guess own version technically of One for All, just using bones to kind of increase his speed and whatnot, or like fix his skeletal system to kind of be built for speed or something. So yeah, I mean it looks like he has infinite stamina. It's just, he has limits, but right now I don't feel like thinking of one right now. Anyways, what would happen is heroes versus villains. Bakugo, I'll go for, who already. So, you don't know who he is, but, he feels like he's gonna die because, he challenged me, the great Bakugo, practically. So, him being, his arrogant self. So, yeah. Egotistical self. And I say Ida, do the same thing, take all the items from the room. Kind of make it, her thing quickly. I don't know why, but she could have, Uraka could have just touched the floor. And could have just made it levitate. Or at least, touched it, at least a piece of the floor could have levitated. I don't know why she didn't do that. Kind of dumb. But I mean, whatever. Her intelligence is just questionable, just saying. I mean, especially since, she did have, a decent, powerful quirk in the beginning. So, I mean, she could have still, put her hands to the floor, just, made, pieces, bits of, rubble to kind of throw at Ida. So, I mean, yeah. Intelligence is just, especially since she got, trapped under the flipping rubble. It's just, your quirk is literally built for this. Like, how do you, I'm questioning her intelligence. Like, yes, she is a cinnamon roll. At least not this version. Technically, she's a little villain. But I mean, what I mean. It's just she's not on the best when it comes to intelligence using the quirk to certain points and scenarios. Yeah. Anyways, what would happen is that there would be Deku. He's waiting. Like, he don't care. He just waiting. He don't, feel like running all that. He has infinite stamina. It's just he's very lazy. That's the thing. He is very lazy. He's very lazy. So he kind of walks. He doesn't really run, but, if he has to, he will have to go full force. So, yeah. I mean, he just walks upstairs, with Uraka. Eventually the Great Bakugo from, around the corner. It almost chips Deku's skull. That, explosion, but I mean, I'll say he had his, well, I guess the axe wouldn't really be, I guess that technically would be a quirk, since, he can make it out of bones, so I mean, yeah. And he can just, compact the bones into a steel-like substance. So, I mean, yeah, technically it would be a quirk, so yeah. Yeah. Anyways, he kind of, uses the axe to kind of, block Bakugo's explosion. The Great Bakugo. So, yes. He attacks, as, Bakugo attacks, and, he looking at, he on that, you're easy to take down. But, he still doesn't see, how not brutal, but, how easy it is to kill Deku. It's just, his stamina and able to dodge and stuff that makes, keeps him alive, so yeah. Anyways. Yeah. What will happen is that in canon, the pins will be pulled. As the pins are pulled, as Bakugo's getting, he's like, how can this loser, this person below me be so annoying to fight? As he pulls the pins, and immediately Deku's like, bruh, this dude trying to kill me, bruh. As he almost, he does get, full on, to the face, or, to the body, technically, both pins are pulled. All Might was like, young Bakugo, that's enough. As they see Deku's, position. Okay, that was tiring. Oof. As Deku's, body is chipped to a certain degree. He does have cracks all around, his bones, or technically body. Fine. You almost killed me. Okay, I'll give you it in return. As out the window, there appears to be a giant bone aimed directly at Bakugo. You almost killed me. I take that as a challenge. Fine, if you want to try to kill people, it's only best if I do the same. As he turns his neck, as the bone just kind of, wow, goes to Bakugo. Bakugo tries to explode the bone. He does still get impaled, but it's not as a deadly degree. Still impaled, but I mean, yeah. And they do try to reprimand Deku, or they wouldn't call him Deku, but I mean, they call him Sans, but I mean, yeah. They're trying tell reprimand Deku for that could have killed him. Like, he looks directly at the camera when they said that, like, bruh. I almost did die from this man pulling both pins. He takes off the earpiece and just, he crushes it in his foot. I'll deal with them later. Right now I'm gonna have some fun. As the building itself starts to move. Or, kind of, crumbles. Or, kind of like an earthquake, as Deku's like... There's a giant hand comes from the building, like almost like grabbing the building. A giant bone hand grabs the building, kind of like shakes almost, or at least kind of shakes it to the point where everyone loses balance except for Dick, because I mean, he ain't get caught lacking, so I mean, yeah. That's. I mean, it looks like he has infinite stamina, but I mean, he does still have stamina. As he does one thing. As Deku, Bakugo's right. He's on the border of the window. He looks down at Bakugo. As Bakugo's kneeling. To, he's trying to get back up, but Deku's like, all hail the king. JK. That's practically that's practically what he does. He kicks Bakugo out the building. Low-key. This is Sparta! Boosh! Just kicks him down the building. Or kicks him out the building. You know, Baku does, try to, make himself land, but ends up crashing to the ground. Unconscious. Not injured, but, I guess technically injured, but, not critically injured. But just, knocked unconscious. As people in the camera room are, kind of, yelling, doing all this other stuff, They also see that, what Deku looks like now, due to him not having the hood. And, Aizawa finally understands, how he does this all. Because, his quirk is basically around bones and not just that, but, he's flipping, himself, practically. So, that's why he's so strong, because he has no human limitations. So, yeah. People are a little scared, because, they see how terrifying he looks. Especially, with the red eye, flipping, crack in his head. So, yeah. Also, technically a couple cracks, since, Bako did pull the pin. His jacket is, it's pretty bad. His jacket's it's gone. His his entire front shirt is just gone. It kind of shows his ribs and whatnot. Showing, his skin is, his quirk is skeleton, so yeah. No heart, no lungs, no nothing. Yeah. Oh no, not right now, come on. I gotta make it to Araka. Yeah, come on. Stay conscious just for a couple minutes, come on. Give me 10 minutes, come on. Because, he tried to pull it off, the pin, the both pins being blown at his face, his body didn't hurt, but it did hurt a lot. Oh, come on. Ugh, come on, Sam. And, he kind of, walks. He does, eventually make it, as, Araka's, kind of on the, on a wall, indented in a wall. If you can barely take down Ida, what do you think you're gonna be able to take down me? I'm not just... I might not be as fast, but I'm more fatale. I can easily outmaneuver you. All you do, you don't even have a fighting stance, nor fighting technique. All you do is try to touch your opponent, try to move swiftly and quickly. You need a fighting stance, so when you do touch them, it's at least does damage as well, than just make them float. So he looks at Ida. As Ida's, he kind of scared, because, he sees this in the darkness, so, yeah. I don't feel like dealing with this. Sorry, but, I want to win. There's 5 minutes on the clock. Or technically, a minute left, 60 seconds left. Deku was like, bruh. Bone coffin. As two hands grab Ida and kind of, force him on the ground, laying down, holding him there. He smacks the bomb. As on the monitor, Hero Team wins. As right as that was said, Deku faints, falls back, like Jason Voorhees just falls back. As the next time he wakes up, it's a recovery office, as All Might, the teachers are there. You could have really severely hurt Bakugo. Yo, this man was like, bruh. He points a finger at All Might, and the bone finger extends. Listen here, I could have died. Look at the condition I'm in. I have, my entire leg's gone. One of my arms is gone. My ribs are broken. There's a crack in my skull. Technically 2 cracks now. And you say I could have killed Bakugo. Look at what position I'm in. He almost literally finished the job killing me. You're lucky. You're lucky I can't kill you now. You're lucky. Now, get out my face, both of you, before we really have a problem. Because you can't stop my quirk. After I finish recuperating, and you still yell at me, I'm going to use that same ability I used on the building itself and throw you into the ocean. Try me. As if he gets knocked out. Oh, my head. As you know, I say like, I mean, yes, his bones are able to regenerate, but I mean, I get technically no, yes, but no. He has like a small regeneration factor. As you know, eventually, he does, over like not a month, but like over a week or so. He, at least he does have, have his other leg. Because, I mean, he could, have both of them doing it at the same time. They would have been half done. So, he only has his leg done. He has his leg back. But, I mean, his arm's still gone. That would heal over time. Next, 2 weeks. Or a week or so. As he gets out of the recovery office. It looks like his I'm too tired right now. I'm taking a nap after having like most of my limbs blown off. If any of you wake me up, as you know, he points to the entire classroom, mostly pointing at Bakugo. As you know, Bakugo's in a cast. You could have killed me. My other side of my skull was broken open. If that did any more damage, that could have broken my skull completely and killed me. Be lucky. I'm letting you live right now. Be lucky. As no, they do see what he looks like, finally, he looks even worse than before, because, I mean, yeah, he's still healing. He still has, a couple cracks here and there. But they're mostly healed, though. His arm's still gone, though. Like, he has, like, I guess, like, his shoulder back. But besides that, that's the only part of his, arm that's kind of healed. He does, like, have a better regeneration effect than normal humans, but I mean, it does take a couple weeks, though, for, his stuff to, a week or two to, completely do it. Now, Aizawa, what did I miss? Well, you didn't miss anything, really. We were just talking about the USJ training, hero training, on natural disasters. I see. Okay. I'll be sitting down now. USJ. As you know, he's just listening to music right now because he don't feel like listening. I mean, if you almost died, I mean, you would probably do the same thing. Either that or just, like, quit the school, so I mean, yeah. He is pretty angry, like, realistically, he is angry because, I mean, he could have died just because of the stupid missions, I mean, yeah. He texts, Shigaraki, or, All For One. I want money to do this. I almost died today. By a stupid kid. I want money to do this. Like, I don't want to do this free anymore. If my life is going to be on the line, I want money. As you know, they agree. He's also doing it with his phone. I mean, yeah. He looks at Raka. And you still think you're better than me. Huh. As you know, she has like a broken arm maybe. A broken leg. Oh no, she has some broken bones. Actually, no, she wouldn't have a broken leg, but I actually tried to eat more, kicked her in the stomach, so I guess some of her ribs are broken, but besides that, nothing else. And you say you're better than me. You were knocked out by one kick to the chest. Or one kick to the stomach. I almost got blown up entirely, and I'm still walking. And you still think you're better than me. It's unbelievable. I can't believe I have to have you as a partner. Over this time, their friendship is blossoming, into, actual friends and stuff, just flipping. It's not like a friendship, though, it's more like a rivalry, and who's, better than who. Because she says, she can just float him to the sun while, he can, in between those seconds, as she's trying to touch him, he can just, just obliterate her. But after training a bit with her, she does, get a couple of Deku's moves, learn how to, kind of avoid them. So, yeah. Huh. You know what? For someone so quiet, I guess when you do become quiet, you are pretty cute, I guess. Focus on the mission. What I am. We can't have some fun either way. Come on. Don't be a ketchup bottle. I mean, I already told them the location, so we don't really have to do much. We just gotta wait. Some flirting in there, but not much, though. Eventually, they do warm up to each other. So I guess kind of like passive-aggressive friends. Just friends who like to, piss each other off mostly. Kind of like that. I wonder. After I leave, I wonder what I would do. Who knows? That's the brilliance of it. I'm free. I'm not close to any person. Of course, I'm only doing this until I get the money, of course. After the USJ, who knows what we'll do next. They'll probably ask me to do 2 other tasks, big tasks. Besides that, I'm not doing anything more. So, Naraka, what you're doing after you leave the League of Villains? I don't know, supporting my family to be a hero? Probably. So all that stuff wasn't made up. You really do want to be a hero. But you ended up a villain. Villain hero. Pretty funny, if you ask me. I do respect their opinion, though. I do respect it. Of course, though, I wouldn't do it for my family, since my family kind of shut me out, but it is what it is. Not everyone has a good family, so... Anyways, I believe the USJ is happening in a week or so? I don't even know if I'll get my arm in that time. Half of my arm will probably come back, but not the entire thing. Especially since the amount of people I've seen them bring in. They're bringing in a lot of people. I also saw something behind a door, though. With that doctor. What was his name? Uchiko, I believe, I observed. They said we're not allowed to go past the door. As you know, Uraka looks at him. You went past it, didn't you? Nah, I just looked at it. I turned my head, see some, cracks in the door. I just, I don't know what they're gonna do with this after the USJ, but I don't have a good idea, Uraka. I saw something big in there. So after, I don't know if you're gonna do this, but I'm not. You might, expose your identity to, being a villain, but I'm not. After that. Didn't you just hear me? I'm trying to become a hero. I mean, from the path you're going, you're not really being a hero or any heroism. I mean, yeah, so what if they try to attack your family? You can just, bring them to to just tell the school. They'll just keep your family safe. And yeah, you'll be recommended, you kind of be, exiled as a flipping hero, but I mean, you get at least you get protect your family, so I mean, yeah. Even so, though, I doubt it. They'll probably think your family of villains, so who knows. Don't worry, I got your back. Me and you were forced into this world. Cruelly, of course. One by trying to subvert the family, and one by their family. Life sucks. It does. Honestly, if it wasn't for that one person that I care about, who knows, I could have gone on a way darker path. I can imagine it now. Head titles in the news. Psycho killer skeleton on the loose once more. His 1000th kill today. Or this month, who knows? Yep, I probably would have ended up like that. If it wasn't him forming my personality and, calming down my anger issues, honestly, it probably would have become a killer, honestly. Not gonna lie. Yeah, but, I also saw another person, though. In front of the bar. I don't remember what their quirk was, but they had, blonde hair, I believe. Don't remember what their name was either. I believe they're another, trying to... I don't know if they're a spy or something, but, I mean... From what I can tell, they're not going to be a spy. They're probably going to try to get us in one of the exams or something. Yeah, maybe what was it? I believe Aizawa told me that there was going to be another exam after the USJ. What was it called? What was it called, I believe it was called the Terminus Sports Festival. That's what it was called. Yeah. Hey, I mean, he didn't tell me personally, but I mean, I kind of looked on his papers, seeing the sports festival. So I mean, it says it's like a week, a day, somewhere near that. I believe it was like a week after. And then the stuff happens. But I mean, I don't see any openings though, from what I can tell. It's gonna be very tight security in these sports festival. A lot of heroes are gonna be there. A lot of them. Rows upon rows. Getting anywhere before it starts though is gonna be also tricky. They have heroes, have heroes arrive there. I believe, a week before, just to kind of set up the entire thing. And yet we don't have the location. It just says it will happen in a couple ways. So before we can even go before the heroes, they'll probably already be there, from what I can tell. All I know is that it's supposed to be like what, a giant tournament where all of us fight. Like I believe 1B and 1A, I believe. I believe about that. About about Raka, just a decent amount. I wonder how Dobby's doing. Huh. Probably doing something weird. Anyways, he's probably planning on killing his father. Not gonna lie, or taking down his entire family. I'm pretty sure that's like the only thing that brought it together as like true best friends. Kind of the similarities of how both of our families created us, and how our families created the monsters they fear now. I mean, they think he's dead, so I mean, my family knows I'm definitely not dead, so I mean, yeah. All they know is that I ran away, and that as long as I don't come back to them, they don't really care about me. Of course, I have been trying to find my mother and father, though, to get some revenge, you can say. They never helped me, especially my father, striking an entire tiki lamp straight through my skull into my right eye. I can still use my right eye, but I mean, I'm better in my left eye. Kind of a pain, though. Someone that kind of raised you. Not even that. They didn't even raise me. Like, all they did is, like, love me for, like, what? Like, a day, a week? And then after that, they kind of found out about my quirk. Kind of, after that, kind of just struck a tiki lamp through my head. Even so, they didn't even love me. They just waited. Like, just took care of me until they figured out what my quirk was and just kind of threw me away. So, yeah. Mother didn't do shit. Know that for sure. Just didn't stop my flipping father from throwing that tiki lamp in my head. So I mean, yeah. Mention all my nerves and whatnot were still, as a human, were still there. So yeah, that was very painful. All my nerves through my brain, feeling that entirety of the pain. Yeah, I was still alive after that. It was pretty painful. So yeah, you can say I got a little grudge, and also some issues in my head. But I mean, yeah. Some mental issues, but besides that, it's more of trust. That's like my only issues I have, trust issues. That's like the only thing I have about me. And maybe my personality a little bit, but besides that, those are like the only downfalls about me. Yeah. How about you? What are your flaws? I mean, I saw at the flippin' aircheck exam that you had a boulder on you, but I mean... Come on, we weren't able to use our quirks before. This is like, what? The first month I was able to use my quirk? Come on. Your quirk's based around floating practically. Gravity. But yet, you didn't slap the rock. It was like, ah ha ha. Slap the rock and just make it float. I had to help you to get out, like... You have your moments. We all have our moments sometimes, Rocco, don't worry. Like that time, I kind of... Huh. Yeah. Anyways, let's not talk about that time. Yeah. Anyways, let's go. They're probably waiting for us and what information we have. As you know, Kurigiri pops up in the alleyway. Hello. Do you have any information for us? Do you have any information for us? Yes, we do, Mistface. There's going to be something called a sports festival in the future. And we know the location of the USJ as well. As you know, he tells them the locations, the events and what might happen. There are some openings on the USJ. The sports festival is going to be a bit more trickier, though. I haven't found any weaknesses to bring us in before the heroes. But from what I can tell, though, I don't think we can, in my opinion. It's better if you only do the USJ and kind of lay low for a bit, especially if it doesn't work. You know, the man-child, the dude you call Shigaraki, he's not the smartest. He never thinks of a plan B, he only has a plan A. I mean, actually, no, that's a lie. The thing I saw behind the door before you closed it a little bit, or before you closed it, that giant creature thing. Technically, I'm pretty sure that's a plan B. He doesn't have a plan C, sorry. He doesn't have a plan C. And what would that be? What would happen if his plan fails in killing All Might? He never thinks of that. Like, what happened if he does fail? I always have plans if I fail. I have like 7 other plans before if I fail. He has to have his own, and if he doesn't, then is he a really true leader? Like, is he a true leader to us then? Yes, he has a powerful quirk, but what's a quirk if the user doesn't know how to use it properly? He doesn't have any fighting style, like Uraraka, as I said. There's no purpose in having a quirk if all you do is just use a quirk based on what it can do, instead of having some type of unique way of using it, like fighting. As no, not you can't just damage your opponent physically, but you can also use your quirk at the same time, or having a fighting style based around your quirk. So yeah, just my opinion though. My brother, he has more of. I mean, he doesn't really need it because not brother, but best friend. He's based on just overwhelming his opponents with blue flames, which he is strong enough to do. I have no negative things to talk about that with. He has some spinning attacks, some attacks here and there. I mean, he did have my words and perspectives. He does train here and there. Get some moves. So yeah, if any case, I'm pretty sure my best friend Dobby can probably beat him, honestly. Yeah. That's all the information I have now. I'll be leaving. Tell me if you need me. Will you be joining us for the attack of USJ? Both of us won't. That'll literally break the purpose for us being there in the first place. No. I also tell Dob yesterday. I also tell All for One to get my money ready. Like what? What's I ask for? Like 5,000 or something? I don't know. Just money in general. So don't really care if it's a high price. Just as long as it's money that I can buy food with, I'm good. Can't always start stealing stuff. So yeah. Anyways. Let's go. As you know, a week passes and it is the USJ. As you know, on the road, they're talking about the quirks and whatnot as Froppy, or also he's talking about the quirks. So, who do you think has the best quirk? And who do you think uses it properly? Or who do you think uses it the best way? Gil? It's probably, honestly, Sans. He has the best way on using his quirk. Not just that, because, have you seen Bakugo? His anger gets ahead of him sometimes. Yeah, we all know that his personality is practically flaming hot garbage. As you know, that entire conversation happens. As you know, Froppy looks at, Deku. So, how did your quirk activate? It's always been activated realistically. Of course, though, I don't like talking about it. As you see, I'm a skeleton. You kind of just use your imagination on what happened to my past. So yeah, wasn't really seen as a very likable child, nor for my parents, nor for the people around me. Kind of saw me as a freak. Just because of the way I look, so yeah. I can see why you got that big ass crack on your head. Baku, you're still talking crap. Didn't I whoop your ass in the flippin' Heroes vs. Villains? Unless you want me to pick this bus up and kind of throw all of us out the window, then be my guest. I can kind of crush this bus with a flick of my hand. Trust me. Just stop talking, Bakugo. Whatever. You know, Bakugo being salty. Salty man. He is. As the USJ appears. I believe after, as I finish the USJ, that's where I'm gonna end the video, so yeah. As they get to the USJ, Deku kind of, leans on the wall, sees how quirks can be used as heroic and villainous, as you know. He looks at Bakugo. Oh, I know. I very, very well know. Very well. As you know, the villains pop up. As you know, Kirishima was like, "Oh, I didn't know we had what was it called? I didn't know we had fake villains to fight against too. That's awesome." As you know, as I was like, "Those aren't fake villains. Everyone get behind me!" Practically. So yeah, Deku was like, "Okay, I'm ready on the back, so I don't really gotta move." Yeah. Oh. Just hope this can get over with. I feel like it will fail, so it's probably gonna fail. Especially from the way it's planning. They just get random villains off the streets and kind of just, hey, I'll pay you if you do this. Kind of lying to themselves. They need villains who actually know how to use their quirks. Villains who are useful. Villains who can actually do stuff instead of being meatheads. They need smart villains, I swear. This man-child's gonna get us all caught one day. Eventually. I wonder how long they're gonna delay the sports festival for, huh? Probably for a month or something. If it's 2 weeks, then that's just dumb, especially from what's about to happen. Like what? Maybe 1, 2, 3, maximum at least 3 kids will die, maybe? I don't know. From what I can tell, everyone's pretty equipped, especially from them seeing my battles. They see how useful I use my quirk, so. Let's get out of here. As you know, the door closes. Right, as you know, people were about to escape. You couldn't have closed it before I, exited and, and in front of my face, too. Yeah. Sui. So, when did you get your quirk? Yeah, that's easy. I was born with my mutation. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, same here. As you know. Anyways, why are you asking this? This is not at the proper time to ask me this. I mean, you all know I can easily just disband all these villains. I mean, yeah. My arm's still growing, so I can't really use my full power, so I can't really wipe them out like that anymore, but I gotta wait until my other arm's fully healed. Or, regenerated. As you know, that's when the portals open up, teleporting, Deku with, Froppy, and, same thing as canon. Or, somewhat different places, but, technically. I'll say... I'll say Froppy and, I'll say they're a little bit smarter in this timeline. So I'll say Froppy, Deku are in the fire zone. Todoroki is in the quake zone, earthquake zone. Everyone's at, their counters, their exact counters. Not exact counters, but, some of them are at their counters. they Shigaraki kind of took the the words Deku said kind of not entirely use them, but I mean kind of they use quirks. The people who have these type of quirks in this zone, the people who have these type of quirks in these zones. So yeah, kind of not the right choice, but I mean So yeah, Baku. I'll say Baku will be in the water zone. Yeah, I'll say he'd be in the water zone. Because I mean nitroglycerin, if you get it wet, it's kind of useless. So yeah. So Froppy, how do you think we can get out of this? Because it's a little hot in here if you can't tell. He's still making puns after like having his arm like still regenerating. Not just that, but like brother in danger. So I mean, I mean it's him. So I mean he is what he is. So yeah, it's a little too hot in here for me. Good. Don't worry, I got you. Here, hop on my back. Hello. Let me stretch real quick. Okay. Okay, let's see if I can do this properly. I've been working on this move. Come on. If I can jump this properly, I can probably get us out of here. Skeletal ladder. As you know, bones out of the ground, kind of, in a domino-like fashion, or like kind of, increase in size as, you go more up. Oh, hopefully I don't trip. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm here. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now he kind of, uses, all the bones, kind of parkouring, using his bones to kind of, jump over the fires and whatnot. I'll say Mina's with them as well, so I knew. They're kind of, following them, Yeah, kind of jumping on the bones, here and there. Okay, we're here. As you know, they're in the main battlefield by like 5 minutes. Okay, you can get off now. That was pretty tiring. Yeah. Yeah. As you know, Deku sees, the gnome kind of beating down on Aizawa. As you know, that's when Shigaraki was about, Shigaraki appears, trying to, touch Asui. Achoo! As he sneezes, a spike kind of trips, Shigaraki. As you know, not a spike, but, a bone. And, the bone kind of, goes back inside the ground. I wish I sneezed. I hear the ground under them, that's okay. They jump away from Shigaraki. So that's where your Quirk is. Got you. I knew it was something with, like, on that potential, but I didn't know it was like that, so. You touch me, I die, practically. Yeah, got you. Kinda useless, though, to certain degrees. I knew it had something to do with it destroying things, but I didn't know it was decay. I thought it was, like, deconstruction or something. So I guess my second guess was correct. It's a decay Quirk. Interesting. So if I do decide to leave the League of Villains, he'll be one trick and one. I got you. Alright, so now he kind of walks up to the Nomu. Or no, but he kind of, he kind of, makes the Nomu get his attention. And you know, the Nomu trying to hit him. And yeah, kind of, he gains enough time for, All Might to come in. Like, kind of like, not trapping the Nomu, kind of like, not, kind of, I guess, not really, but kind of, preventing the Nomu to move certain ways. Saving, Aizawa to get, entire, face full on the ground. So yeah, Aizawa's, he's still beat up, but, he doesn't faint. As you know, I am here! As you know, the entire Nomu fight happens. As you know, Uraka, walks up to Deku. So, how was it? Tiring. Very, very tiring. I told him it wasn't gonna work. I told him it should have been shock nullification, not shock absorption. But no, they don't listen to me. Even so, I don't know why they couldn't just put the gnome inside the school, kind of have it just rampage around in classroom to classroom.